There's just so many songs I can think of that were great. That were just great. Does anybody remember Ben Weasel, Screeching Weasel? I was thinking of that song today. Get off my back, pretty much. Well, you're outside pointing your plastic finger at me, and that's a really good way to, you know, you fail to know what you're talking about. You cause such a horrible stink when you open your mouth, and you couldn't be any more wrong. And you ain't gonna last too long. And if you don't wise up, you're just about to get the gong. Oh. Don't call me when your cat gets stuck up in a tree. Exactly. That's why everybody likes to say Ben Weasel's not a good guy. That's what we were doing back in the day. We were listening to Kill the Musicians, Bikini Kill's album, Reject All American, off of Kill Rock Stars, Kill the Musicians, Screeching Weasel. Yeah, that was in the list. But I remember I was living in the back of my sister's store at nighttime, and it was like magic, because and my mom dropped me off some peanut butter and jelly because we weren't speaking, but she knew I was starving, and so she left it by the door, which was nice of her. I went out there, and I found an old stereo in the basement of the store. I came upstairs and I hooked up some speaker wire to the pipes, and I tuned into WRPI for some reason. It was coming in clear that night because it was a beautiful night. It was a clear night, and and I'm sitting there with Renee, and Screeching Weasel, Get Off My Back comes on the radio, and I'm thinking, holy fucking shit, this is fucking amazing. This is really, really good. I wonder what he's talking about though. And it sounded so good. I didn't believe it was Screeching Weasel. The production was, and I was like, wow. And I said, that's got to be Ben Weasel. I wonder what the fuck he's talking about. Yeah, wise up, man, and get the gong is what they got, pretty much. And you couldn't be any more wrong. Exactly, man. I'd like to get back to my Riverdale's records and just listen to simple rock music again, the way it should be. That's what I remember we were trying to do. We were trying to get to anywhere near Chicago, and back then, the internet was in its total infancy. It was like AOL 3.0 was out then, and you know that didn't happen for me for another year or two. But we were desperately trying to get out to Chicago or to wherever we thought they were in Illinois and do some shows with them, because we were gonna do a couple with the Queers, but then Hugh O'Neill died and we couldn't. And that was pretty much the end. And when I look back at all the events, that triggered all the events. It's just too. I don't want to say spooky because it wasn't cool like that. It was just all of a sudden things. Places that had been there for 30, 40 years were gone, and the whole scene died in one fell swoop. It was pretty disgusting. I do feel bad about that. I feel like it's our fault or something. Spit down there, asshole. Well, I'd put some fucking spittoons on the street for all the cowboys that like to come by my house and fucking spit. Motherfucker I seen today. What the fuck's wrong with you all? Spit a phlegmy gob in your fucking eyes. It's disrespectful on my tier. This is my fucking street. These scumbags, they got them perfectly timed. They'll drive up to the light, slowly look out the window, let out a big phlegmy gob into the fucking wind like pigs, or they'll walk by and they'll have their head down. It's like you got this whole street to fucking do that. You don't want me to start spitting. It's fucking disgusting. Your little jackals spitting and shit. Little puppets, little toy soldiers on my block and shit. Get off my back. Go listen to that song by Screeching Weasel and Cool Kids. The second I heard Cool Kids too, I knew he must. I'm like, is this guy talking to me? And you know, and just and like, and I thought, get off my back. I thought he was talking to me at first. I'm like, what? Am I doing something wrong? And then I waited till the third song in, and I heard Cool Kids, and I heard the Farfisa organ, and I'm like, oh shit. But I just wouldn't let my ego believe that. And then when I just the same feeling with Latigra, I'm like, she's using key words and phrases. I don't know how she knows this. I love Kathleen. And by the time it sinks into your head, it's like a fucking potato. By the time, you've been boiling the motherfucker for 30 fucking years. Is it done yet? You're like, yeah, I think it finally got the fucking message. You don't want to believe that. You don't think you buy the myth. You're like, well, who the fuck am I? I'm nobody. And, I get treated like nobody on the streets pretty much. The only time I'm somebody is when I hold the guitar. But these people don't know who I am. Ben Weasel been playing since '86. I was just 10 years old. But it's fucking great.